Today, I stand here as a graduate of Marjon University. I look around this room and would like to congratulate all my fellow graduates. It's been a tough few years, and we should all be so proud of how far we've come and what we've gained in the process, like lifelong friendships, a higher education, and independence. So, what's next? A question, in all honesty, we are all used to. Throughout our lives, we are constantly asked what our plans are for the future. It's a difficult question. Some of you may know exactly what your next steps are in life. Some of you, like me, may have no clue. When I first stepped onto Marjon campus, I was just as confused as I am now. However, I now find myself accepting the uncertainty instead of trying desperately to push it all down. Marjon has become our home, a safe place to find ourselves and to grow as people. Whether it's shouting on the sidelines at varsity, singing on the prison bus every Wednesday and stumbling home at 5 a.m., or even burning cookies in Clark Hall and setting off the fire alarm, Marjon's taught me it's okay to just be myself. I remember being at school and saying, what's next? Scouring UCAS for universities and conservatoires, honestly hoping for something to simply click. I had no clue what was next in my life. I applied and auditioned, received offers from places, but still felt really unhappy with all of these options. I spoke to my parents and I said maybe I'll take a gap year, and they suggested one more option. Marjon had a musical theatre degree and maybe I should have a look. I agreed, emailed and asked for a campus tour. 2 days later, we all travelled down to Plymouth, getting so lost along the way. It was awful. And eventually we ended up outside of reception at Marjon. I stepped in and I have never felt so at home. There was barely anyone there, but yet you could feel how supported and loved everyone felt. It really was like a family away from your family, a place to become a second home. So I emailed my UCAS advisor the minute I left Marjon, obviously, and said I want to apply. This was the place I wanted to go. I went into sixth form that Monday, sat down at the desk, and declined all 5 other offers I had received, just so that I could apply. A few days later, we were sent home from school as the country went into the first COVID lockdown. I know. I look back and realised just how lucky I was that my parents found Marjon and they knew it was right for me. So, what's next? Most of us remember the worries of our first day, sitting in the theatre surrounded by people that we don't know. But as I stand here, surrounded by the people I've met, who have been there with me to support me and my successes and failures, I realised that worry was silly. They've sat with me as I cried and moaned about essay deadlines. They've wrangled me home after a night out and tucked me into bed, cheered me on at every moment of the last 3 years. They've taught me to be proud of who I am and everything I have accomplished. They are the reason I'm stood here today with a degree, and I can't thank them enough. I, as I assume will be the case for many of you sitting before me today, used to pride myself on being independent. Oh, how wrong I was. I came to Marjon and I realised I need to learn to shop. I need to learn to do my own washing. Got to save and finance, and although I have eaten more pesto pasta and pot noodles than I care to admit in the last 3 years, I have learnt a lot. Now, I would like to share a cheesy quote that has got me through the last few years with you all. I can see all my friends laughing because it is incredibly cheesy. 90% of success is just showing up. Now, for the last few years, my friends and I have made jokes about this quote, bringing it up at every moment possible. I'm assuming it's probably been mentioned today, which I believe it has, actually. It wasn't until writing this speech that I truly understood it. It wasn't saying you're already 90% successful, you can give up. It's saying you're almost finished. Why not push that 10% further and succeed? I'm here to inspire you all to keep pushing for that last 10%. So we came as strangers, but we leave as a family. And I know it's time to start the next chapter, but Goodbyes are sad, and I'd much rather say I'll see you soon. So the next time I'm asked what's next, my answer is clear. I don't know. And that's okay, because I'm going to enjoy finding out. Thank you.